Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Another day of Vlogmas here. Another early morning. It's 7:42. I've been up since 6:30. And I did my hair today, y'all. Like, I laid my baby hairs, I washed them and, you know, did them over. Now I'm about to curl my hair, because we got some things to do today. Like, I think I'm gonna spiral curl my whole head, but we got some things to do. We got some things to talk about. But if you haven't subscribed, please tap in and subscribe, babe. Today we are going to discuss a life in Atlanta. Now, I already put product on my hair, so yeah, all I gotta do is curl it. But today we're going to discuss life in Atlanta. My 5-year anniversary is coming up 2024, which is like so crazy. Like, girl, you've been living in Atlanta for 5 years. Like, what? So if you don't know, I moved here in 2019. It was like I always knew that I wanted to move to Atlanta. So literally that year, I came to Atlanta in like, I think it was like April or May, and yo, me and my best friend Lauren, we had a ball. Like, we was outside, we was tearing the city up, okay? And ever since that trip, I was like, you know, I love Atlanta. My hair was popping, all the girlies was giving me compliments. I was sending out business cards like crazy. And I was like, you know, this is, if I were to move, this is where I would want to move. So July came. When July came around, your girl then had been to Atlanta like 3 more times. Spent some time here, found an apartment, everything. And July was my moving date. So I moved in the end of July. So fast forward to now, and y'all, when I first moved here, I didn't have a job. I didn't have nothing. Like, I was literally like selling bundles, like hustling, like doing drop-offs, like everything. And then I ended up getting a job at a few places, which was crazy. And then the place that I currently worked, I worked in Delaware. So I'm back there, and like my career has just grown to a whole different level, because a lot of the people that look like me are in high places here, versus at home there's a lot of people who don't look like me that are in high places. And quite frankly, the politics be crazy. So that's one thing that I do love Atlanta. Like, it's just, you gonna see your people everywhere, like hospitals, like not as CNAs but as doctors, lawyers, like big places. And that just gives you so much inspiration, like even at a big age, that you be thinking you don't need. Or like just living in Delaware, I just never realized, like, damn, we don't have a lot of black doctors. When I go to the emergency room, my doctors is white. Like, I've never had a black emergency room doctor until I moved to Atlanta, and I was baffled. So it just be things that you just never think about that you think about. Like, it's crazy. So I don't like, And then too, when I first moved here, I was single. Like now I have a boyfriend, y'all, so my lifestyle is different. When I first moved here, your girl was outside. It's like I was outside, and Atlanta is like a good place to meet people, of course, that look like you. So when you go outside, you're gonna meet guys, you're gonna meet girls, they're gonna talk to you, they're gonna want to pay for your, you know, your drink, every type of thing. They might want to put you on, they might want to buy something from your business. So me being outside was like so good at the time because I was just meeting all kind of people. But like when you're in a relationship, Atlanta can get tricky because you can't be, I mean, it get tricky if you let it get tricky. I'm put it that way. Like if you're not a person that can't respect your partner, you're gonna have a hard time here. Like that's for sure. If you're a person that like wanna give in on temptation, you gonna have a hard time. Like because there's so much temptation around you, and not to say that the grass is greener on the other side, you just never know. So the temptation is might be a little higher for you. So it's just all about what you want to do. The networking is crazy. Like I did my first celebrity hair just from just being here and knowing how to do hair. Like it was just crazy. Somebody had put me on. It was an amazing experience, and that is another thing. Like the black people stick together here where I'm from. Black people that's like lit and got businesses, it's kind of like they look at other people, you know, a little differently, or they just not willing to put people on. And I think sometimes I really do think that's one of the big things that holds my city back, like where I'm from, because when you look at other cities, they supporting their big people, whether it's like down to influencers. Like look at Jada, when she go back to her city, she's just, not to say she's just an influencer, but you know what I'm saying, like she's influencing and people love just to see that and be happy for her. Like I don't see that where I'm from. Like it's very different. So the support, like if you from a small city, you lacking support, people just not buying your products, it's okay, you know, to pick up and move. Because if you already not getting that support there, imagine you going to a new city and getting people to support you that don't even know you. Like honestly, a lot of my Gorgeous Me Beauty support is from people I don't know. Like literally, like girls that just followed me on Instagram and was following me for years. And like sometimes they reach out and be like, girl, I have your lashes from like 2018. I still got the boxes, everything. Is mind-blowing to me, because like these is people like I just met through my business. I met on Instagram. Some of them I never even met in real life. It's not people where I'm from. So, you know, that's a little motivation for you if you thinking about moving but scared about how it's going to impact your business. And then two, moving to a new state is like, when that does happen, you're gonna tap into a whole new grind. Like I thought I was grinding when I was in Delaware, y'all. Jokes on your girl. When I moved here and I ain't had nothing, baby girl had to eat, baby girl need some gas, baby girl need to pay that car payment. My hustle went to a whole new another level. Like I'm like, I can't even wait to see how I evolve when I have a kid, because that, like, I was just grinding for just me. So imagine when I gotta grind for me and my whole family, like a whole baby, like, you know. But you can do anything you put your mind to. So the next thing, traffic, y'all. I always get questions about like the traffic, like is it really as bad as it seems? And I ain't gonna hold y'all, traffic is bad as shit. And I really think it got worse since the pandemic. Like, y'all, I live 22 minutes away from my job, and because I work outside the city, getting to work isn't an issue. It's getting home. 22 minutes, y'all. Almost 3 times out the week. I go in office 4 times a week. At least 3 times out the week, I'm staying a little late because the GPS is telling me it's 40 minutes to get home, but it's all red. So technically that 40 minutes is like an hour, right? Just to go 20 minutes. That's one thing I do not like. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, even when you want to run errands sometimes, it's like, all right, girl, you gotta pack snacks, because you don't know when you're gonna hit a little traffic. It might take you a long time. You gotta go to like 3 stores in one day. You might be out for like 5 hours, depending on what time you leave the house. So that's one thing I don't like. And then because it's like people migrating here, the traffic style, there is no traffic style. People just can't drive. People do what the fuck ever they want. It's crazy. Like cutting off, speeding, weaving in through and out 6 lanes. Like sometimes it's like mind-blowing. Like, how did y'all even get a damn license? Cause I don't know. Like, it's crazy. To go back to the job market though, real quick, let me piggyback off that one topic. So when you think about Atlanta, you're just thinking about the city, right? So the city, if your job is not in the city, you're gonna be fighting for a salary, baby. Because outside the city, the cost of living, like, it's higher now than what it was back in the day, but the salary hasn't caught up with cost of living. So your salary, I think one job I took, baby, I was coming in at like 30K. Like, I didn't make that since 2015. Like, so from quitting a job in Delaware where I was making damn near $30 an hour to come back here to make only like half of that or a little bit less was crazy. But that was one thing I wish I did do better, was like research on the job market. But what I can say is, if you from my experience, I'm a qualified person, I have a put together resume. If you really want a job, you won't find one. Like, it's not hard. Like, it's not hard at all. You just gotta be committed. It might take you some time though, because I moved here in July. I didn't start my first job until October. Granted, I had some other things going on. My father passed away, so I had to go back home, plan a funeral, have a funeral. So it was a lot with that, but it still took me mad long to find a job. I don't think it ever took me that long to find a job in Delaware. So nightlife, y'all. So nightlife and brunches and all of that, like, they still be lit. It's still some good like lit spots or whatever, but I can say, like, you know, after the pandemic, it has not been the same. Like, them cute little brunches that you can find all the time, like day party type style brunches, to me it hasn't been the same. And me and my girlfriend, she's from New York, Buffalo, but she's been living in Georgia for like, I think like 10 to 15 years. So, you know, I was asking her to like kind of confirm, like, is I'm tripping, or like I need to get out more or what. But now it's like, it's different. But it's still fun. Like, you still gonna find some good fun popping spots. But like, I just remember like going places and it just be lit crazy, like just so crazy, random day parties. And now, ooh, almost burnt myself. And now it's just, the energy is a little different. But it's still fun. My friend, she outside right now. The guys is still buying drinks. Like, that's never going to change around here because everybody got something to prove. So that's one thing that's not going to change. I don't know though, like you might come out here and find your Prince Charming. Like, it's different. Like my boyfriend now, I been knew him. I knew him for like 10 years. I met him in college, and like we never had time to like link. Like we was friends for mad long because he had a girlfriend. I did not have a boyfriend when I met him, but I ended up getting a boyfriend. So it was just like never the right time type situation. And now when I moved to Atlanta, he was visiting Atlanta in 2020, I think this was, and his friend was trying to get him to come down here and do like a basketball job. So by 2021 he was here permanently. We linked. Had some dates, dated, and then you know that is my boyfriend or whatever. So you know, but you might meet your Prince Charming here. He's from New York. There's a lot of New York people here. So you do, in certain places you can get like at home vibes because there's a lot of up north people here too. That's another thing. So I don't know, girl. As far as like where I live, let's talk about that. Like places to live in Atlanta. So a lot of people be saying they live in Atlanta, but they don't really live in the city. Like if your address don't say Atlanta, Georgia, baby, you're not in the city. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you gotta be specific when you're talking to people, because it's like, to me, I feel like it's different brackets. Like, of course, like y'all know Buckhead is for the rich people, right? So even with the outskirts, it's different brackets. So right now, I live in West Midtown, Atlanta, Georgia. And y'all, West Midtown is cool. I'm a small city girl though, so I'm kind of over the city now. And I'm just over it. It be loud, it be music thumping, people speeding off, like just all type of stuff. So it's just like real city living. My apartment building is considered like a luxury style, so like that's super popular out here. Like everything's gonna be luxury style, girl. You gonna have the hardwood floors, the granite countertops, like you gonna have it all. You gonna have it all, but it's definitely gonna cost a pretty penny. Right now I currently live in a 1-bedroom, but we thinking about moving to a 2. But we also got to think about like what location we want to live in, because like other reasons I'm over the city is like Atlanta has a lot of potholes, y'all, and they do not fix them shits. Like this block that I gotta drive down every single day, I think they fixed like 2 potholes, but the whole road has potholes. Like, why can't y'all repave the whole road? Like, I just don't get it. So that's another thing to think about. Like, if you're gonna live in the city, it's definitely gonna be wear and tear on your car. That's the only reason why I got rid of my Mercedes. I didn't even want to get rid of her, but like it got super messed up from these streets, baby. I wish I had a warning, like, you know. But anyway, outside of that, the living spaces are pretty decent. I pay about like $1,600 to $1,650 in rent right now. I can't remember. I just, you get to a point when you grown, you just be like, girl, I'm just gonna pay it, because if I don't pay it, I'm gonna be put out. So I just click it and pay it. Which is pretty high for a 1 bedroom, right? Because if I got a 2 bedroom here, my rent would be like $2,000 and up, I believe. But if we move to like the outskirts, which I was thinking, I kind of want to move by my job. The only thing is it's super far from the airport, and I don't like that, because I be needing to get up out of here when I need to get up out of here. Then with traffic, like if I'm super far, I really can't run behind because I missed my flight. Like I missed a few flights here, child. So that's the only concern. But Kennesaw is a nice area, and it's cheaper, so you can get more for your buck. And that's what I mean by the outskirts. So like Marietta, Sandy Springs. But Sandy Springs, I heard, is like a really expensive. But I like that. I really do like that area. I like Sandy Springs in the Dunwoody area. So what I would say is, like, for me, the reason why I moved to the city first was because it has security, right? I'm in the city, I'm around thousands of people, and then my building has security, and you need key fobs to get in. Versus, you know, moving to outskirts, girl, you might end up in the hood and not even really know it, that you're in the hood, until you really in the hood. So, or like you in the hood and then the hood is right at your back door. Atlanta is very tricky like that. So for me, it was like, just move to the city, a luxury building where you have security, key fob entry, you have amenities on the days like you don't really want to leave out. So we got pool, game room, office room, printing room, shipping room. Those type of things was like the stuff I was looking for. And then everything is like in walking distance for me. Like I can walk to a grocery store, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, post office. So that was a plus for me. So those are all the things that you want to like think about when moving to Atlanta. But overall, like my experience in Atlanta, it has been pretty good. I do like it here, and I could see me like raising my children here because it's so much black inspiration, it's so much black power. Like I feel it, like it's different, especially coming from a place where you don't get these feelings. You never even knew these feelings existed. You never even, like, when I think about it, as a kid, like who was my inspiration? Who did I aspire to be as a kid? And I hear, like, you know, some of my black friends, like from college, oh, I always wanted to be a lawyer, I always wanted to be a doctor, I always wanted to be a dentist. And I'm like, wow, like that's deep, because me growing up, I never had those aspirations. Like I never seen that with my own eyes. I never seen a lot of black people in these positions to even aspire to want to be that. Like I don't know, it's different. So I could say, like, I could see me raising my kids here. Don't get me wrong though, Georgia is very racist too. So like certain parts, especially on the outskirts, you're gonna have like that racism and stuff. But like if you're in inner city, mostly me, I don't really leave the city unless like my boyfriend has a basketball game. Then we might drive like an hour away and stuff like that. But if you're in the city, it's a lot of black people, and I want my kids to feel that one day. Like I want to raise my kids somewhere powerful where they can grow up and know that they can be anything they want to be if they put their mind to it. Like I don't think I had that feeling as a kid. The only reason I say I don't see myself living here, y'all, is really traffic. Like I can't stand it. Like I gotta get wealthy so I can get a driver, because I would need a driver like a good 85% of the time if I'm gonna live here. Like that's Child, that's how I feel. Like, I be stressed on them highways and byways. Your girl be stressed, okay? So I hope this vlog like helps answer some more questions about Atlanta and why I'm here and why I feel good here while I'm still here. But I'm still, you know, figuring out life. Like, we young, like we don't gotta live in one place or two places for the rest of our lives. Like, I might pick up and move to Miami for 5 years. I don't know. Like, wherever my heart and mind desires, wherever my finances, wherever God tells me to go, I'ma go. But I do also think about moving home a lot. So before I close this out, this is another thing that we should talk about. When you move to a new city and state and you don't have any family, you're gonna be tested. Like, you're gonna go through some of your hardest times just from being lonely, right? And that loneliness is a void. Like, you really can't feel because it's like, yeah, I could call my family, but when that phone call in, like, I'm still numb. You know, I can't pull up on my mom and give her a hug or tell my mom I need a hug, can you come hug me? Like, you know, so I can say like my toughest battle was just being here and being alone, and just not having family, you know. But I'm built for it tough. I push through. I take trips back home often. Well, a little less than when I first moved here because flights is a whole different thing. But like when I first moved here, I could find round trips for like $80, $150, like, you know. So I was going home like almost every month. Now I keep it cute. I go home like 3 times a month, which still kind of bothers. I mean, 3 times a year, not a month. Which kind of bothers me though, because I want to spend time with my family. Like, I want to see them more. I just want to be around them, and when I'm around them, I feel like a void. That void that I feel when I'm here is filled. Like, it feels good. It feels like home. It feels like, oh my gosh, I need to come back. So I don't know, but I do know, like, I feel like God is telling me like this is where I need to be. Like, every time I think about going home, I feel like there's a voice that's like saying like, be still, be where you are, right? Because I've been here 5 years, but like I'm really now in a space where like, baby, it's starting to make sense. Like, my finances is coming together, my lifestyle is coming together. Like, I'm about to be able to move, do different things. Like, it's really, I'm really building a life and it's coming together. So for me to like just kind of walk away from it, that plays on my mind. And I went back and forth about this even this year, like 3 to 5 times, and every time I feel like something's telling me like, babe, be still, be here, be in this moment. So that's why I'm still here. Nothing in this life is easy, but if you put your mind to it, you're going to achieve it every single time. So what I would say, if you're thinking about moving, just go for it. Like, don't wait. Go visit the city, make sure it's the place that you like, that you're happy. Don't rush the city that you pick, but if you have a city that you absolutely love and you've been thinking about it, baby, move. Try it. Home is always going to be home. You can always go back home, right? And that doesn't technically mean your parents, but your city where you're from, you can always go back home, right? And who's going to check you? Like, literally, who's going to check you? The people that's still home? You can't check me. I did something that you never did. So I say that to say, don't look at your failures as failures. Look at them as lessons, blessings, a season that you had to go through to get to a better season. And yeah, just do what up, sis. Do the damn thing, okay? Thank you for tuning in to another day of my Vlogmas. My hair is curled. I'm not about to take my curls out because really, y'all, it's 8:12 and I ain't got nowhere to be until later. But I wanted to come and talk to y'all about, you know, Atlanta. So I don't want to leave y'all hanging. So thank you for watching another day of Vlogmas, babe. Like, really, I love you. I do. Like, you rocking with me. That means everything. After this video, we only got a few more to go. I think like 3. Like 10 days of Vlogmas on their ass. Like, first Vlogmas ever as a corporate babe. Like, come on, pop your shit. Pop your shit. See y'all next time.